Happy Freedom Friday. It is April 10th, 2026. Today we are featuring Arnold Shackelford, the house angel of Sellstate Next Gen Realty. My name is Coach Ruben Austria of Lifeline Productions.
I'm Nicole Turner, Miss Lakeside from Sellstate Next Gen Realty.
Welcome to LEARNin San Diego Live.
I'm
Woo, Nicole, it's the
dancing
second
to that music.
quarter.
I know, and that music just gets me going on Friday.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. How are you? How is your week? Is it an amazing week? It's San Diego weather. I mean,
Oh my gosh, we're spoiled here. I mean, they said it was going to be freezing cold this week and raining, and I just don't see it happening. I've had completely the opposite.
I know it's so crazy. It's so crazy. If this is the first time joining us, welcome. We are here to revolutionize real estate investing education by providing real people, real deals, real events in real time with the real estate pros like Nicole Turner, Miss Lakeside.
Well, and I cannot wait to get into Allied Gardens today. It's another one of my favorite neighborhoods, and there's so much happening in today's world that is really just the heartbeat in our world. And I think it's so important to keep your finger on the pulse.
100%. I mean, to be honest, I've lived in San Diego
Mhm.
for 5 years, like pre-COVID. I don't
Mhm.
know if I've ever been in Allied Gardens, but hey, you know what? We are learning Allied Gardens today,
Yeah,
right?
it's definitely a place to go for sure.
That is the whole point. And if you are if you are able to, I know that might take up. It may seem like we're invading the your whole Friday, but if you are available later today for happy hour from 2 to 4, we are revolutionizing real estate investing education by introducing you to the real people that you need to meet online in the morning, and in the afternoon we also provide a happy hour at an event that we are featuring. Not always the week before or the same week, but today is very special because we are doing the AM show about LA Gardens, and in the afternoon we're going to be doing happy hour. So hopefully we'll post a link to that LinkedIn event for you to be there. But yeah, so Nicole, I'm excited. I'm excited. Hopefully, I know that you're going to be there.
Mhm.
Uh, so if you want to meet Miss Lakeside and talk about Lakeside, please come. If you want to talk about private lending and or anything that you might need to do to get qualified for a deal, we can certainly help you out.
Arnold
But
picked a sweet spot. That's a great place to meet.
yeah, barbecue on a Friday seems really good too, by the way. So hey, let's get over to our first segment of the show, the news, huh? So the reason why we do the news is because, quite frankly, you don't know. There's so much fake news out there. You don't know what to believe. And really, the main reason why I founded this show is because I wanted to create an environment, a platform where people who are watching and looking to invest in real estate knew they were dealing with people who were not only knew what they were doing, but also stayed on top of relevant news. And today's news is pretty much hits the whole real estate market. It's we're you're talking about an article says housing market trends favor home shoppers, but the Iran war clouds the outlook for mortgage rates. So, being that I have been in the mortgage business for 20 years since 2005, it's I've come to know that, quite frankly, a lot of things that are happening, especially geopolitically, really affects what's going on in the real estate market. And it's just man, a lot of real estate professionals right now are feeling this right now. So one day it's good, one day it's bad. And who knows where it's going to go. But I want to give every one of our educators a chance who are here today to quickly comment, introduce themselves, and quickly comment on what they would like viewers to learn about this. And we'll make sure that we drop the link to the news article. So, Nicole, being my host partner with the most, let's just no, what do you like? What's your take? What's your take on what's going on here? You're on mute, Nicole.
It's Friday. Anyways, I think the biggest thing when I'm talking to my clients is just making them understand that reactions in an emotional space are not good in this world. And so we've been on the rate roller coaster for a long time. This is nothing new. This is something that we've been through for about 3 years of this and this and this and this. And so I see it always as opportunity, because when the seller side gets quiet, sellers get nervous, panic, and then we can get some great things sometimes if it's the right seller. It really comes down to the bottom of the conversation. It's not always the house that we're looking at in those spaces.
Understood. How about you, Arnold? What are you thinking about what's going on?
Hi, everybody. I'm Arnold, House Angel, Sellstate Next Gen Realty. To be honest with you, what I'm seeing, I really don't think this is really affecting at least my business. I see a lot of buyers out there. I'm still seeing a lot of activity. For me, I just don't see this really affecting too much. I mean, if it was really affecting, I wouldn't see buyers in open houses. I wouldn't see active buyers out there, and I just really see a lot of active buyers out there right now. So I don't think this is really affecting, at least personally, my business.
Okay, how about you, Martin?
Hey everyone, my name is Martin Magana with Oak Rock Realty, but I'm kind of in the same boat as Arnold. The people who I'm kind of dealing with doing a lot of these investments already kind of have their stuff, all their ducks in the pond, all their lenders are already in check. The rates going up or down aren't affecting them too much, and they're still going to be doing deals. And obviously, with the pressure on the interest rates going up, the main thing you're really going to see is maybe a handful of buyers who were looking to buy their forever home might be waiting a few months. So after the whole everything going on with the politics and everything. But that being said, regardless of what side you're on or what you're doing, it's always good to stay knowledgeable, stay up to date, because all of it eventually does fall down to the housing market. So just making sure you're not acting out of emotion, like Nicole said, and just making sure you're staying up to date with all the information will make you a more informative buyer in the future.
Got it. All right. Last but not least, Tracy, what's your thoughts?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Coach Rue. Tracy Hassey here. I am the VP of Escrow Sales for Tycar Escrow Services. And, you know, when it comes to deals, escrow, real estate, I'm always of the mindset, how are you safeguarding your deals? Because risk is increasing. And really, what does that mean? That means precision matters more than ever. You want to have the expert escrow officers working on your deal, proactive communication and protection, safeguarding your money, your information, and the funds, most importantly. So I really see escrow as your strategic partner to take it to the finish line, and that's the nature of escrow, right? Is helping you, because you've worked so hard to, whether you're a buyer or seller or a real estate agent, you've worked so hard just to get it into escrow, right? But that is really where the risk mitigation begins, and your escrow partner is critical. So here for you as an escrow resource, working for a Fortune 300 company, we've got you covered. We've got the financial backing, and we're here for you to answer any questions you may have.
Appreciate it.
Sorry, to our viewers, I think the biggest thing too, like national news doesn't always apply here in San Diego. We really live in a county of golden sand. And so that's where it's so important to get with one of your real estate professionals right here, because I also am feeling no slowdown right now.
100%. Well, we're working with a lot of experts, a lot of people who are, really like spent a lot of grinding and time in the business. So it's not a surprise, but that's just we'll be talking about the news and everything. And even though it's not affecting anyone here, I mean, it's like I said, it's relevant for a lot of home buyers who, just needs the rates to be a little bit lower than they'll buy. But, it's not everyone, obviously, especially if you're investing, which this show primarily is for, is education for someone that wants to invest. But before we dig into, Allied Gardens, let's start introduce Learning Local first. So everyone who's might be new knows what they're here for. So okay, sorry, that was a wrong transition, guys. But the reason why we're here is because we're here is because Learning Local Live is a first real estate podcast presenting real estate professionals who are talking about real deals, real time, and real events. The the purpose of our show is to educate, empower, and inspire real estate homeowners, renters, investors, anybody involved in the real estate business to create, to connect, collaborate, and create opportunities. And that's really the only way anything is done in the real estate business. I mean, everyone who's on the show will know that connecting with the right people is the way to get anything done in this business. So I just want to banter with everyone, all of y'all, because we're past the first quarter of the year, really getting into the second quarter. Man, how's everyone feeling about the biz? I mean, obviously rates aren't affecting anyone in here, but I mean, man, I don't know about you guys. I'm super psyched for this quarter.
Yeah, me too. I think it was Q1 was getting momentum, getting in the groove, and Q2 I feel momentum is happening, especially if you've been, we all do so much work that sometimes you don't see anything for a while, then all of a sudden things start popping like popcorn. So I feel like I'm seeing that. And then, I'm out throughout San Diego County talking to real estate agents all day, every day, and really getting feedback. I mean, the open houses are being attended. They are getting multiple offers. And so things are happening. So you got to get off the sidelines and get in the game. If you're
100%.
looking to, right?
100%. How about any of you guys? Everyone.
What about you, Martin?
I'm definitely feeling the momentum shift. It doesn't really feel like it's Q2 already. It still feels like we're still in January. But that being said, I 100% agree with Tracy how just things are on the come up. Business is good, multiple offers on every property. But also with that, just like constant networking. I'm out here in the field all the time, meeting people like you guys, and it's just awesome. I'm meeting so many new people, and I'm just super excited that more and more people, younger people are getting into real estate, and I get a chance to meet them and eventually get to work with them.
Absolutely. How about you, Nicole?
I think the biggest thing is strategy and proper expectations. Because when I look forward to the summer, inventory is going to start pouring into our county. And you're going to have sellers that get really nervous during those first 3 or 4 weeks of hitting the market. And so my world's always about preparing the client for the ahead. So, I mean, if we're after profits, we're going to hold. Because here's reality. When those rates drop, sometimes we relist quickly. We do things quickly and then chatter. All of a sudden, this phone, it doesn't stop ringing. When those rates even come down 0.25%, the whole world wakes back up. So it just depends on the client. But I think proper expectations are so key. And just forward motion strategy, because keeping people emotionally calm during this process is a way we don't make mistakes and a way that we smart and wisely walk into real estate.
100%. Well, hey, you know what? Let's transition. Let's transition and kind of, these educators are here for a reason, not because they don't have anything better to do, not because they're not closing deals, but because, they really don't have time to create what you would call social media content to promote themselves. So we decided that we create this live show. And just so y'all know, this is an example of what we can do for you. AI version of me is not quite as handsome, but it's all good. It's all good. It doesn't matter. And that's the point, right? That's the point. Anyone can be created on video, but when you're live, there's no such, AI can't replace that. So anyhow.
Well, that's a great AI clone of you.
It's my twin.
Yes.
So let's get started with let's really get into the insights of what we're doing today in Allied Gardens. So let's transition into our next segment.
Hey guys, we are going to get into Allied Gardens, one of the best places to be here in San Diego County. But first, let's thank our sponsor.
Protection that puts you first. Your home and your family deserve security, stability, and peace of mind. For every mile, every moment, every memory in motion. Because every drive deserves to get you home safely. Comprehensive solutions that safeguard your operations, assets, and future. Farmers Insurance, because your life deserves protection that truly matters.
Huge shout out to Patrick, one of our sponsors from Farmers. Thank you so much. You guys, Allied Gardens, that area right there in central San Diego, we're going to dig deep into it today and talk about quality of life, market trends, and economic development. Cannot wait to get started with all of you guys today. I'm Nicole Turner, Sellstate Next Gen Realty, here to be able to help you. And people's success in my world is my everyday. Arnold, I know you're the expert of Allied Gardens, growing up there and being very prevalent in that area today. Give us a little bit of eyesight into that quality of life that you enjoy so much.
Arnold, House Angel, Sellstate Next Gen Realty. Allied Gardens, the quality of life in Allied Gardens, what I really like about that community is the outdoor spaces. From the Allied Gardens Rec Center, they have indoor basketball courts, tennis courts, a running field, soccer fields. It's also very close to Mission Trails, which is outdoor living at its finest. It is just an absolute amazing community. I can't talk enough about how awesome this community is. It's close to San Diego State. I mean, there's just so much going on in this little community. It's just worth looking into, guys. I really love this community. I grew up there, and look at me. If it can help me, it can help anybody, right?
Well, I think outdoor activity is a huge plus, right? And I think really there's a lot of well-established neighborhoods in this community. Yes. You have a lot of turnover that does not happen in these areas, a lot of owner occupancy, well-maintained, and there's a lot of views in this neighborhood, which, I mean, it's just an area in my world of like, if you want to invest in real estate and you're looking for low risk, this is one of those areas that when you buy and you want to scoop equity in 10 years, you can most likely stand on that as long as economic catastrophe, government interference, or a life event does not stand in your way, right? And truly, it's just one of those places. I mean, we were talking earlier about Cowles Mountain, one of my favorite places to go when I want to breathe really hard and almost die getting to the top. But it is so much fun once you get up there. And Mission Trails. So, I mean, there's water in Mission Trails. You know, a lot of people don't realize the waterfalls that exist there and the streams. And Ruben, do you know that you can actually get in those streams and get wet?
No, it's inland too, and you can get into the stream.
Yeah.
Do a little cold plunge.
Yeah, it's cool. It's beautiful, especially this time of year. During the summer, the water does not run as strong, but during this time of year, even with no rain during the winter, there's still a lot out there. And the visitor center, you can go right down through the trail from there and get to water within 5 minutes. Simple. There's simple and complex hikes there.
Yeah, got it.
I know there's like 60 plus miles of hiking, and obviously like that's amazing, and just in your backyard. And then for me, I see this as like an investor's paradise. You're, like Arnold said, 10, 15 minutes from SDSU. Most of the homes were built between the 50s and the 70s. So you have a lot of fix and flip quality homes that are going to be hitting the market right now. And just for that, like literally anything an investor can ask for, a decent entry point, beautiful neighborhood, good schools, and obviously gorgeous area next to things that all investors want, low pricing, next to SDSU, very centrally located. So I think it's a wonderful and amazing area to be investing in if you're going in, especially for your first time.
Interesting. Cool. Well, I'm just curious. Well, Nicole, I don't want to steal your thunder.
Do it.
But, yeah, there's so much that we can learn. I mean, for someone who I don't know anything. I don't think I've ever stepped foot in Allied Gardens. As an investor, you take it away. I don't want to take your.
You're totally okay. I mean, I think there's a lot of people who bought homes back in the days that still own there today. And so that silver wave we've talked about, Ruben, you don't even have to know Allied Gardens to know that. There's a lot of silver wave in this zip code. And truly in the next 5 years, we'll probably see a lot of this zip code moving. Not only investment opportunities, a lot of these homes are just originals, but even from an owner occupied space, if I'm buying a house and it's somebody called a house that I have the other day classic. So it's classic. But if I go in and unclassic it, the actual equity, the ROI, the return on my investment is huge.
Right.
As long as I'm not buying the house right next to a hospital or right next to a gas station, right? You got to be smart when you're buying the house if you're looking for that future return. But truly, I think when we get into market trends too, that's something that we'll look at those numbers and see where they sit today. Arnold, you want to take it away from here with these market trends?
Yeah. So when I'm looking at the market and what's going on in LA Gardens, LA Gardens typically right now, what I'm looking at as far as value is concerned and what's really moving. Your average home there right now, we're looking at about 867 to about 1.3, maybe a little higher, give or take each way there. The good thing about this, I think right now per square foot, we're like at 652 or so to about 761. Days on market there are amazing. The average days on market are about 27 days. If they're well priced, we're under 20 days, about 18 days or so, unless you're me. And mine are falling off market in about 5 days. So it's an area where demand is really there. So if you're really looking to step into an area that is steady, it appreciates well. I believe the appreciation there is about 19% year over year. It's really, really good. Nicole kind of touched on the neighborhood with people. When they move to LA Gardens, they don't leave. They just don't leave. So if you can get into that community, you're in. And be thankful you're in, because these people will pass it on to their children. Their children know what they have. And I'm just slowly getting into some of the younger generation where they're like, yeah, I don't want to deal with it. I kind of want to take the money and go. So, which is great for the investors. So I do work with a lot of investors, guys, and there's a lot of homes there that need a little love. And that's great, because what happens when we do that, we're taking these homes from the 50s and 60s and we're putting that 2026 click on these things and really rehabbing these things and pushing that equity up for everybody else in that neighborhood. So you'll see these $850,000 homes literally turn into $1.2 million homes within 60 days. So it's just amazing to see what's going on in LA Gardens right now. It's really hot right now.
100%. Hey, we're gonna bring up some live comments. Another supporter of LA Gardens, Donna, thank you so much for commenting. She says it's a great neighborhood to raise children and retire. Schools are great and the community is safe. Cannot go wrong with this area. What else can you say about quality of life at that point, right? So the other comment I want to bring up, by the way, if you have any questions or comments, please, we'd love to hear from you. We want to hear from our audience. So speaking of market trends, Henry on LinkedIn is asking, are ADUs having an impact in this area? Are a lot of people going into that direction, Arnold?
Yes, actually, I have one on Birchwood right now, and I believe the investor. I'm representing both parties there, the seller and the buyer. So one of my investors is actually trying to put an ADU on this particular property. It's a 0.6 acre, it's a quarter acre lot. So with her, she approached me and said, listen, I need to buy more here with land because I want to build. I'm in search of one right now. Hopefully I get an offer on one that is already permitted for 3 ADUs. So it is actually viable in this neighborhood because some of these lots are quarter acre lots. Some are not, some are. So it's kind of, but ADUs are a big thing here. They really are.
Thank you so much, Arnold. Martin, are you seeing the same thing? The ADUs?
Yeah, I want to touch up on the ADUs as well. Just obviously getting these larger lots, like the deal we're going to talk about, actually, that's the same one. Having a quarter plus lot of an acre is huge in this area, especially with the zoning. It's not the strictest area for zoning. And garage conversions are also a really big play, especially, I know I'm not the biggest fan of garage conversions myself, but in areas, especially this close to like SDSU and this kind of area, like you're going to do really well with them. Just make sure that the comps support that garage conversions are selling in the area, because I know a lot of investors will go in and just unconvert it and offer way less. So I know this area is very good for that. And obviously, I reach out to people like Arnold so that know the regulations, know what you can build, what you can't build, the maximum allowed, and how high you can build, stuff like that.
Well, and I think the biggest thing I saw in market trends, did you guys see the huge gap? I'm always looking at gaps in our world. Your list price was 900,000 versus the sales price of over $1 million. It was $1,050,000. That is a huge gap between list and sold in San Diego County in a time of uncertainty. Like, these are the times that we watch zip codes shine. And so you only see shining in the zip code. And honestly, from a residential vacation rental standpoint, an SDSU rate, there was short-term rental money that can be made. There aren't restrictions in this area that are heavy and significant, which allow a lot of freedom in capitalism in the zip code, which is something we're always looking at. Speaking of which, let's get into that economic development. What kind of things are being built in this area? What are you seeing right now besides just the residential space?
Arnold?
For me, so I see a lot of independently owned businesses being driven by this community. And it has been like that for decades, since I was a little man. This community and the chamber really push almost, I don't want to say they push out corporations, but they really drive independently owned businesses. If you actually come into Allied Gardens all the way from Mission Gorge up the hill and down the hill into Adobe Falls, you will see more, if not the majority of the businesses are independently owned small businesses. And this community thrives on that. They just love it. So that's where I see that. The great thing about Allied Gardens is you're 10 minutes from downtown. You're 8 to 10 minutes from Mission Valley. So you have all that, commercial business there. So it's just such a perfect location. It's really hard to find a location, a neighborhood, for one that promotes, economic growth in small business, and really drives that. And being so close to San Diego State, you can darn near walk there from the neighborhood. It's that close. So you have so much around it. It's just an amazing neighborhood, guys.
I think too, like you said, I think this is one of my favorite places. I'm on the road a lot. I know you guys are on the road a lot. This is one of my favorite places to be. Like, lunches happen here. Why? Because I have every single freeway at my fingertips, literally right here. I've got the 8, the 163, the 805, the 15, the 125, the 94. I can get to everywhere from this area. And the small town feel, even though I'm right there in the middle of a really big city, like Arnold said, you really just feel that mom and pop feel here, which honestly for me, like I feel here in Lakeside, right? But to find it actually in a city development, it's not easy to find. Martin, what do you think about the developments that are going on in that area? Are you seeing anything?
I'm not seeing development per se, but more so of a population development, especially now that ADU regulations are way easier. They're not as strict. They're being lifted. They're making more opportunities for investors or home buyers to add ADUs, junior ADUs. You're seeing a lot of more individuals, especially younger people, coming into these areas, renting out these ADUs. I think average rent in this area is like $2,600-$2,700. So just great place to live, great place to move in, and obviously huge population growth over the next couple of years.
Totally. And the one thing I didn't think about, you guys, this is a zip code that has parking. So like when you get into SDSU, forget it, right? Have you ever tried to park around SDSU?
Oh my gosh! One thing I want to
round.
Parking. Since you said the magic P word, I'm going to just mention this. Growing up, I got into the, I networked so much as a young person. I got into I got elected into the city council zoning committee, and you'll never believe that like the thing that was discussed the most of anything, of all the things, was parking. Yes. So parking, don't underestimate the need for parking, because I'm telling you, there are committees out there who are like trying to determine whether or not a person should have an extra parking space or not.
That's honest. Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry. Go for it, Ruben.
No, the second thing I want to mention is that, like, I love the fact that economic development, Arnold, that you mentioned, this is really where independent small businesses thrive. one of the things that I really want to encourage and create, we're going to start introducing the local business owners who can guest on the show and comment on why this is such a big area and why they chose to grow their business in the city that we are featuring. That's going to completely change the game, because quite frankly, rather than hearing from the real estate professionals, why don't you just hear from the businesses yourself? Right. So anyhow, I'm sorry. I just wanted to button that up, Nicole.
No, you're totally right. I was just on the magic P word still, because in my head, I'm like, I'm going across the 8 freeway, right? 92115 and all the way west, parking helter skelter the entire way. And the other side of the freeway, the more ADUs they build, the worse it's going to get. So I honestly see we might see some of these zip codes around it start to move into neighborhoods like this, just to get away from the things that are changing in their areas where they're still stable across the 8. And still, there's appreciation happening over that way too, but it's all a matter of what you want to come home to at the end of the day. That's really fantastic.
Well, hey, we had some really good insights. I mean, I'm sure you guys have any comments, please ask Arnold more about it, and we can kind of answer any questions. But let's get to a deal happening in this area. That's where it really matters. What deals are happening? So let's transition to our next segment, Learn Local Deals.
Hey everyone, again, Martin Magana with Oak Rock Realty, and it's time for my favorite segment, the deal segment, where we're going to bring you real deals in real time. This deal today was brought to us by the angel, Arnold Shackelford. That being said, before we get started, I'd like to thank our sponsor, the Carlsbad Brothers and EXP. What a commercial by the Carlsbad Brothers. I know they're really on top of their game. I think they've done over 100 million in closed transactions, so props to them. But for now, let's go back over to Allied Gardens. So honestly, this is one of the best deals I've seen in a while, just in terms of the things you look for and the quality of the product that you're buying. This is located in Allied Gardens on Birchwood Street. It is a 3-bed, 1-bath, sitting on a 1,290 total living area on a 0.26 acre lot. So the lot space, especially the lot space behind the property, is amazing for, like Arnold was saying earlier, ADUs, junior ADUs, any type of expansion or development in this area. It is zoned R1, single family, and then I believe new roof and new heater. So a lot of the big ticket items are taken care of. The actual quality of the home is, obviously it's a top bottom rehab, but it has little things that I really like in flips, the vaulted ceilings, the wood paneling, all these little things that if you can keep original, or at the very least, like keep that kind of charm and feel of the property, I feel it's going to list for a lot more than if you just completely modernize it. So with that, Arnold, take it away.
So that property, when that came to me, I walked it. It's a complete gut rehab. I was able to bring a buyer in, and I listed this home because I know the neighborhood really well. I listed the home at $867.99, and in day one, I had 12 agents on that home. Day 3, I had 18 agents through it. Day 4, I had an offer for $32K over asking.
Wow.
I mean, when I tell you Allied Gardens is hot, it's hot. So we went to escrow, I think day 5, was it? Day 5? Yeah, I think it was day 5, day 4, but documents were signed day 5. And escrow's moving smoothly. It does have a 50-year roof on it, plenty of space to build around it. But here's a prime example of LA Gardens, and this, and this is what I'm talking about. This neighborhood, that home needs a lot of work, but it has that room. If you look at that front room, there's going to be a little bit of rehab there, but it's got open beams in that wood, and the investor's like, I'm keeping it. The back of the house, I'm gutting. That's staying. That's so awesome. It's got this beautiful fireplace, and they're really happy about that. And I was like, wow. And when Martin said that, I was like, that's funny because my investor is keeping all of that. They're going to use that and emphasize that room. Right.
When you brought that listing to the office and showed me it for the first time, my heart was all for that house and that room, that entry, that grand entry. Yeah. My head went right where Martin's was. And I remember telling you, you have another unicorn. This is that house that as I change it, I'm going to keep those originals because I want some of that character to remain. Because on that buy side, when you resell that and that client walks in and has those feels of home and those things that you just can't find and that are very expensive to put in, that is one of those beautiful things that investors hold on to. So no, you got hammered with that house. And I just told you like highest and best quick before you have 70 offers. It's literally what happened.
I had more offers coming in on this house. It was like, I was trying to, whoa. Everybody, whoa. Yeah, so it's
when I heard you say I'll keep that house, what I thought you meant was that investors decided they want to live in it. Because actually, when I was investing full time, I found a house was engaged at the time, and my wife was like, "Why don't we buy this house?" And that's what we did. It was a house. It was in a really tucked in. It was in Massachusetts, but it was in a really tucked in neighborhood. Literally one way in, one way out. Down the street, you literally had the private beach and a yacht club. And it was just like, we're keeping this house. And that's where we lived when we first got married. It's crazy. So when you said that, I was just like, yeah, that happens. But yeah, so they're keeping the whole character of the house is what you meant.
They're going to keep the character of the house. I think they're going to do that wood siding outside right now out front. They're going to redo that. So they're going to try and keep that charm on that home. I do believe that they have their architect doing an ADU design, whether it's going to be a junior ADU or a ADU unit next to the house. You can see the van that's in the driveway there. There's a huge space there. And they may or may not. I don't know if they're going to put a garage or in a 1,000 square foot ADU. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're in talks of doing that, bring the value up on that home.
It's one of those lots too. Like you have land there. So it's one of those lots that you don't find a lot in that area. So even on the resale, when this investor hits the market again, it's going to literally, I bet, be towards the end of summer or midsummer. That investor is going to get hit just as hard because you've got that land. You've got if they have the ADU, maybe they sell it with the plans. That's happening in today's world.
I don't know. I'm going to be the one listing it, so we'll find out.
Yeah, it'll drive it up.
Honestly, some of the main things I saw when I first looked at this deal was primarily the entrance, like the front entrance. So that curved driveway with that dirt patch in the front, like if you really do that landscaping out front, it's going to look gorgeous, especially with the curve on the driveway. So you're going to have great curve appeal there. The other thing is it is a 1956 build. So I think there's some popcorn ceiling in there. So asbestos testing, making sure there's no popcorn ceiling. Oh, the picture must be blurred then. Oh, they ignore that. But yeah, if it's an older house, you do have to check for that kind of stuff. But in this case, obviously you're all set to go. And the other thing, and biggest thing is props to you, is a lot of these investor quality properties, like you see them getting lowballed like 50, 100, 200 grand because investors are trying to be very safe with making a profit. The fact that you're getting over ask on a property that 100% is going to be rehabbed and invested into shows that you did your research, you did your homework, and you set this at the right price to start. And you don't see that too often where everything is priced correctly to start. And I always think just underpricing is always best, but in your case, you hit it right on the spot. So props to you, Arnold.
Totally. Even that kitchen. I mean, I might keep that kitchen. I love it. Well, in this area, going up Waring on the right-hand side is where it exists. So that's one of those to the left or right of Waring as you get off the freeway and go up. Those are golden neighborhoods. They are supported by massive views. And so when you're selling and you have those sold comps around you that are only helping make you more, that's always a win-win in the investor world.
100%. Hey, we have another comment coming in from so Henry asks, has it always been competitive to buy property in Allied Gardens? I mean, obviously, relatives everywhere else.
Even during the crash, people go all over these golden neighborhoods because they know they're going to get a return over time. There's guarantee there.
So again, I'm gonna bounce off what Nicole said. If you look at the return and the gain in equity in Allied Gardens, I think our home when I lived there was like 157. That's a $1.2 million home today, guys.
Yeah, craziness.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So this is a really it's always really been a hot area. I just don't think when investors look at it, and I work with a handful of investors, they're hot in this area. My feed gets blown up from this area. I've got 2 I'm working on right now, and actually 3. And investors are all over. Oh no, let me know. They're all just bugging me because they know they can get in. They know they have that spread they need, and they know it's going to sell. That's a fantastic area to invest in for sure.
Great area, great, not just first time, but great just seasoned investor area. And honestly, one of the best deals I've seen in a while with the pricing, the quality, everything. But honestly, great place to wrap it up. We're about to go over to the event segment with the wonderful Tracy Hassey.
Woohoo. Hey everybody, happy Friday. We are here for LEARNin Local Events. As the queen of events, the queen of escrow, this is my favorite part of the show. But before we get into that, let's hear from our sponsor.
Smart real estate investing starts with the right partner. At HLM Group LLC, we guide investors through every stage, from acquisition to full service management. Whether short, mid, or long-term rentals, we transform properties into high-performing, fully booked spaces. Design, staging, leasing, hospitality. We don't just manage properties, we create experiences that feel like home. Because the best investments deliver more than returns. They become places where life happens and memories begin. HLM Group LLC, own the property, we'll craft the experience.
Thank you, Roger Lee, HLM Group. What a great resource for everybody that needs a resource, what he provides. So let's get your pens ready. We are going to be writing down. I'm going to have you be write down. I can talk today. It's Friday for sure. We've got a number of events that we want to share with you today, and would love to see you there. What's so fun about this podcast and working with all these influencers and experts is we get to meet up in person, and you get to find out more about the podcast, LEARNin Local Live San Diego, and see if it's something that you'd be interested in participating into. Coach Rue has really just rocked the house here. It's his passion, and we're so grateful to be a part of the passion game here. So our first event is the Lifeline Challenge, April 7th to May 30th, and that is right here at LEARNin Local Live. You tune in every week, and we're your lifeline. We are going to challenge you. And week 1, how to choose your real estate investing strategy, because there are so many strategies.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a financial advisor. We're gonna have a commercial real estate professional, and Martin, who knows all about residential investing, just to hear our opinions about which strategy to choose for you if you're just trying to decide. So that's week 1. That's coming up Tuesday, 1 o'clock. So sorry,
okay.
Take it away.
Yeah, no, I love pipe in, please pipe in. Yeah, so that is online Tuesday, right here, 1 o'clock. We also have Connect and Close, our one and only Arnold, the angel house whisperer. He is hosting an event, Connect and Close, Friday, April 10th in Allied Gardens at Dell's Hideout, right? So it's just going to be a San Diego meet and greet, and that is, I believe, next Friday.
It's today.
right? Or it's
today.
today. Oh my God, that's right. It's today. I was
today.
thinking another event. That's right. Okay, today. So you get to meet the man here, Arnold, our angel house whisperer. He even has wings if he turns around. And then we also
He doesn't whisper.
Never.
maybe not a house whisperer, but he knows a lot about real estate. Okay. So our next one is the SDAR, which San Diego Association of Realtors. This is Novo. It's Business Beyond Borders, navigating binational real estate opportunities. And that is going to be next Thursday, April 16th. I can't believe it'll be the middle of the month, 4 to 7. And that is at Novo Brazil Brewing, Otay Ranch, Chula Vista. And they SDAR puts on epic events, so great way to connect there. We also have our one and only Anastasia Sky High Connections, Del Mar meet and greet. That's what I was thinking. This one is today, but this is next week at the Sky Deck, which is so cool, at the Del Mar Highlands Town Center, once again from 2 to 4. So next week, next Friday after you watch the show, meet us at the Sky Deck and meet everybody in person. And that's where we have so much fun connecting. And Anastasia was on our show last week. She's a pro. We also have, there's also the real estate industry networking event that is April 22nd at L. Smith Brewing. Just a great way to network and connect with people in the real estate industry. And let's see. Oh, and then I think this might be one of our last ones. Once again, SDAR, showcasing innovative development strategies. And this is brought to you by the Commercial Real Estate Alliance of San Diego, which is a division of the SDAR. So that is Thursday, April 23rd. And I believe the SDAR events, if you go to SDAR.com, you can find out all about their events there, and then also Eventbrite. And I also really encourage you, if you're listening, if you're not aware, you can go to all the associations here in San Diego, go to their website and find out they all do host events. They have broker caravan meetings and broker caravans practically every day of the week, and all the schedules and locations are there. But if you do have any questions, feel free to call me, ask anyone here. Everybody's very tuned in, and we're happy to help.
So the one thing I also wanted to mention, every Tuesday we have the Lifeline Challenge. We didn't show the slides. So week 1 is this coming Tuesday. Week 2 is about, week 1 is choosing the strategy. Week 2 is about financing it. And then week 3, M&M, I keep saying the name, but M&M will be on week 3, finding a great deal. And as far as the wholesaler is concerned, that's what wholesalers do. So we didn't post up those events. Is there any other events that anyone else is going to that they want to mention that maybe wasn't put up there?
You know what? There is another one. If you're interested, the Coronado Chamber of Commerce is hosting an event, and there's a lot of real estate associated people, realtors to the affiliates that are a part of that. That is next Thursday, April 16th as well. I believe that one is 4 to 7 p.m.
I want to bring one up too, really quick. April 25th, it's Saturday. Got to bring some lakeside to the table. Rodeo days are that weekend. So if you want to get out your yeehaw and get your hat and your boots, Ruben, that might be a thing. I can see you over there. Yeah. Anyways, seriously, we have actually our office is right here on Main Avenue. So the parade actually goes right by the front of our office. My office is in this again for, I think, the 4th or 5th year now. And we are going to have a VIP pit in the front of our office. And so that will be available. We'll have snacks out there. We'll have shade and treats for people. And right after, around noon, is when the parade ends. We will have a hoedown in our back patio area. We'll have vendors out there, face painting. We'll feed people. And that's actually open to the public. But our pit that's out front, that's people that we know, our friends, our family, our clients, you guys. So if you'd like to come and be a part of it, it's all free. And it's just our way of being able to give back to our community.
100%. And we also just have to make sure that we get that event slide up, because once I go through this challenge, by the way, the Lifeline Challenge is not about learning just about real estate, but just learning in general. Mm-hmm. Maybe that guitar that I have that I'm learning how to play, I can match it with a hat and the cowboy boots, and then I'll be all set.
Now you have a reason. And if you need to know where to go to shop, just call me. I'll get it. I'll get it to you guys so that you have it to share.
Awesome. Really great. Thank you so much Before we get into closing up the show, I want to just mention some of the comments that came up. Again, we are live. We're the first real estate live podcast. Stephanie Sundell, who was on the show, Miss Vista, thank you so much for the shout out. Really appreciate you watching. We want to have you on the show more often, Stephanie. So please stay engaged. Mr. Carlsbad commented, talked about Allied Gardens. Great job on the commercial, Mr. Carlsbad. But we'll make sure that we try to get you here on the show soon again as well. I had mentioned Donna and Henry had some good questions about ADUs and everything going on in Allied Gardens. We want to encourage you to continue to comment live because, this whole show, the collaboration happens live. We want to connect with you all on all social media platforms, soon to be live media platforms. We want to collaborate on all the platforms where everyone gets groups and talks about Allied Gardens. I'm sure, Arnold, you're part of all the Allied Garden communities and social media or whatever, and you're also part of all the community, with all the, not only is Arnold a house angel, but he's also a Hell's Angel. So
calm down saying that stuff live, okay? I'm actually messenger of recovery. Don't use that word right there. You're going to get me run over by somebody, okay? Calm down.
He just loves his Harley.
I ride a motorcycle, but I don't ride with those guys, okay?
Okay, no. I'm sorry.
Get me in jail here, aren't you?
He's with the good pack, Ruben. Good pack.
I ride with good people.
I'm so ignorant. I didn't know. I just thought they were cool. I don't know. I'm sorry. My bad.
This pack is cooler.
Yeah. 100%. Well, hey, if you're an educator about real estate and you're an expert like Arnold, the house angel, Shackelford, we want you to join us. Join us at join.learnlocal.com. Super easy. This is not social media. This is about getting people together who are in real estate, who are really trying to create and edify each other about the expertise they have. Obviously, Miss Lakeside, Arnold. You know what? You're also Arnold. Allied Gardens are at Arnold. You know what I mean? By the way,
you guys can come see me live today between 2 and 4. So get down there to Dell's Hideout. I'll be buying appetizers and we'll be talking. So get
100%.
Down there 2 to 4. Okay.
Nice.
We also might want to call you AAA, Arnold Angel Allied Gardens. Man,
There you go.
Well,
there you go. I'll get a cake.
MMM. He just said he's getting you food. You got to be there.
yeah.
Lenny Martin.
Free food. You better show up.
Go hands. Who's going to be who's going to be
I'll be there.
I'm going to be there.
Come on, Dell's Hideout. Come on, Tracy.
I'm not sure still if I can go, but I'll try to find the time.
I'm working on it too.
I'll
I'm
come
actually
drag you.
coming. I'm going to be coming from Julian to get there. So forgive
Oh,
me
wow.
if I'm late, but I am on my way.
Right. Okay. Hey. So what I want to do, and I want to make sure that we also not only have educators, we want to reward educators. So with the last word, Martin Money Making Magana, any way you can say it, M&M. It's 2 M's and 2 M's. M&M. Please, you were the most engaged educator this past week. Please do a 30-second last bit of wisdom and then transition us out, and then we'll end the show. Thank you so much, M&M, for being engaged and creating this community with us.
Thank you, Ruben, and thank you to everyone in the community and everything in school. But no, it's been awesome. It's a pleasure to be in this community and to be able to network with people like you guys, Arnold, Nicole, Tracy, Ruben. Like, you guys are the greatest, and just being to surround myself with people such as you guys, especially being so young, is how I'm growing as an agent, as an investor. So like, just a great opportunity for me, and a great opportunity for any investors who want to join this community. And yeah, no, probably my final word of advice would be really run your comps if you're going to buy or offer or do anything, because the amount of deals I see that are killed because they're looking at some random comp that's not even comparable. It's 2 stories versus 1, whatever. I keep seeing it. I had a story about it. So I would just say that run your comps, reach out to people like myself, Arnold, Nicole, people who are experts in your area that you're buying in, and really lock down good deals. Don't let random wholesalers or random agents just tell you something that it's not. So just be mindful.
All right. And then you can sign off.
Oh, yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks everyone for being present today. And we'll see you next week on the next Learning Local Live.
See you.
it.